1st. The hell's our year gone? Oh well. It's the first morning coffee and chat of August 2022. Let me go on and get everything synced in here together so when folks start talking, I can read it. Oh, let's see here. Where we is. There we are. Put that up there. Put our little PSA in over here. Whoop. And share it out. So good morning to y'all. I'm still trying to figure out where the year went. I mean, it just seems like a few weeks ago that we were breaking in 2022. And I mean, here we are, beginning of the 8th month. Good morning, Tony. First day of tree rat season and stormy. Yep, squeal season. And we've had a bunch of them playing out here in the yard this morning. The cats have already been running from the front window to the front door, up on the cabinet looking out over the sink, over by the old computer desk, around to the back door, into the bedroom, up on it behind the TV. These little squeals are out everywhere today because, well, they know I don't have a gun. So, they're safe here. But there's a lot of hunters in this area, so in the next couple of weeks we'll probably have 1,000 squirrels sitting in the yard. The years pass one day at a time like they all do. I know, but I mean, it doesn't even seem like the days are 24 hours anymore. I mean, it's just flown, man. Just flown by. Oh, they love to mess with the cats too. We have one little piney squirrel that lives out here in the pine tree right by the front walk, going down the steps, and he'll come down and jump on my sign. And if he sees the cats at the screen in the front door, he'll come right up on the porch. I mean, it's only one of those, like, 4x4 slabs. But he'll sit right there at the edge of that porch and chitter at the cats, and they'll chitter back to him. We'll get them right up here on the back deck. They'll come right up to the door, literally on the back deck. By 11 o'clock, they will literally be passed out from exhaustion. Yeah, see, ours don't go outside, so that's, besides that, I can't be humiliated and outdone by the cats catching and killing squirrels when, well, I can't. One day, deer season's coming up here in the next few months, and turkey season, and old Drew's out of the game again this year. But soon. Oh, so how was your weekend, Tony? I guess we got up too early for everybody else. Just me and you in here for right now. But we got, and as for the stormy thing, yeah, I got the little red triangle on my phone. Probably about 40 minutes ago that we've got what did it say? Potentially dangerous weather in my area in the next 24 hours. So you're probably sending it to me. Got your deer permit a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, see, here in Michigan, I have to get a small game permit. Well, small game and fishing to be able to get a permit for big game. So, yeah, I have to get the fishing, rabbit, squirrel, groundhog, whatever all's listed on there. But I've got to get that permit, and then I can go right back that afternoon and get the big game permit, and I'm good. I just haven't got my Hawkins yet to hunt with. So, hey Jan, good to see you, love. Hope you're doing good this morning. Let's find here, really nice weather. Power's been out 3 times this morning. Yeah, it's all overcast here and looking icky, but nothing's come down yet. So we'll see what happens. We're going to get dangerous weather here today as well. Storms are moving southeasterly. Okay, so then we're going to get from northern Illinois and the bottom of Wisconsin, whatever comes across the lake from there. Had to order the permit in March and pay for it. Yeah, see, we can go right down here to the gas station, 2 blocks down, and buy our permits. They do small and big game down there. Terry, good morning, sir. Hope you're doing well. Hope you had a good weekend. Hope everybody had a good weekend. The weather was nice here all weekend long. Mark came over yesterday morning after work, brought a 12-pack. Nothing like starting drinking at 8:30 in the morning. But my 8:30 in the morning was his 5:30 at night, so good morning, Deb. Good to see you, bud. We sat down, talked for a couple hours. They were going to come over last night, and we were going to, they were going to bring the meats and stuff like that. And, well, needless to say, between his little one getting heat stroke, getting too much heat. We won't call it heat stroke. But she got a little bit too much heat the other day. My daughter woke up not feeling good yesterday, I think from the heat because, 13-year-olds. Window closed, bedroom door closed, no fan. Had to have been 100 degrees in her room yesterday. It's no wonder she was getting sick at her stomach. So I went in there and pissed her off and opened her window, put a fan in her window, and opened her door up so air circulated all day long. And then she turned around and slept on the couch last night. Bigger plans of mice and men, I guess. Good morning, Santee. Hope you're doing good. White brim, bonnet, string wearing, cigar puffing, son of a... Oh, man. We got 70 degrees here already and completely cloudy. Like I said, we already got the warning for storms, so I'm just awaiting. Oh, I know. Tell me about it. Squirrel burgers, roasted squirrel, baked squirrel, squirrel, potato, carrots, and onions. That's the word you're looking for. Nah, not Santee. Him and I have not really talked that much in the last few weeks, so I'm going to go gentle on him. Did, of course, see his video Saturday morning and left one of my colorful, fruitful comments. And, well, we had a chance to talk for the first time in a couple weeks, and I just don't talk near enough with my friends anymore. Oh, me. Okay, all right, I got you. All right. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. You can keep the storms. I don't want it. I technically don't want it either, but, because it just makes my grass grow and gives my wife another excuse to send me outside to do things outside. And add it to my honey-do list that I already do inside. So, yep. President has COVID again. He tested positive last week. Then 2 days later took a test and tested negative. Now he's tested positive again. So it's going around. This new variant that they have is going like crazy again. And they're saying that it's very possibly more transmittable than the old variants are. So I believe Los Angeles, I was seeing on the news yesterday, their city council or city government body or whatever the case is, whatever they call themselves, they're actually talking about putting in force a masking order for the city until further notice. I think it was LA. My grass grows even without a storm. Man, my don't. The buckhorns grow like crazy. So, I mean, your grass will be this bloody tall, but those buckhorns will be a foot off the ground. And the last time we went over a week without rain, the wife just finally told me just keep charging up the weed eater batteries and slinging the weed eater. Cut them buckhorns down. So, and then we finally got like 2 days of rain and the grass just shot up. Give me an excuse to get the lawnmower out and mow the whole yard and make it look pretty. And a new term appears, rebound positivity. Good morning, Elvis. Good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well this morning. A group of assholes, a herd, a gaggle. I like gaggle. I like gaggle because, well, I mean, what are they if not a group of old geese in there just folks waiting for my ride to go to the bank, get a new card. Well, I won't have a dime. Well, then you better get to the bank and get a card. And tell her I said hi, by the way. Better get to that bank and get that card. I need some monies. Don't make me get on a train and add that round trip ticket to your bill just to come out there and repossess all your goodies. I come out there to repossess. I'm like lizard lick towing, man. I come out there, I level the place. Flying overhead, shitting on people. Yep, yeah, there you go. There you go. I'm not walking over 20 miles. But I don't blame you. Especially today. Especially today. I woke up at 1:30 this morning and I had put the CBD rub on my knees and everything because the neuropathy last night was terrible, and I put everything on I put it on my legs and my knees and stuff before I went to bed. I woke up at 1:30 and had a Charlie horse in the upper inside of my right calf muscle that was the size of a softball. I mean, sorry guys, I'm gonna really lose my man card for this. I woke up and I was in tears. I was grabbing icy hot, I was grabbing the CBD rub, I was grabbing whatever I could to put on my calf, and I finally got it, the swelling down enough that I could go back to sleep about a half hour later, and I woke up at 3:30 because the wife woke up for some reason. She was sitting up in bed, but I woke up at 3:30 and I still had that softball sitting there, and I couldn't put my heel down on the flat on the floor. I was walking around on my tippy toes. And I put more CBD rub on it, and I think her and I both dozed back off probably around 4:30, and I woke up at 5:30, and if I forced my heel flat, then I was okay, but it was painful. I sat in here until probably 7, just lifting my toes and stuff up to get that calf muscle to stretch out. I could finally walk on it, but I'll tell you what, any kind of pressure, if I stumble or something to the side or I have to move around the cat, oh my dear God. It feels like somebody in a pair of pointed Ariats kicked me right in my calf muscle. I got $200 million in Monopoly money. I'd like to make friends with that yahoo that won the lottery. $1.82 billion. I might actually be unfaithful to my wife to hook up with that one. No, I wouldn't. Thank you. Been there, Drew. Enjoy the rain. I'm going to enjoy the cool breeze. Grandma's wind chimes going like crazy out back on the back deck, hanging from the umbrella right now. I can't wait for her to get up. That's all she's going to talk about all day long, is that wind chime going right outside her window where she sits at all day long. Welcome to the Your Body Falls Apart as You Age reality. Yep. We need to do toe curls with a bath towel. I'll try that. See, the bad thing is I was getting a multivitamin there for a while that completely eliminated my Charlie horses, my cramps, stuff like that in my muscles. The store quit carrying it. Now there's no place around here to get it. So I went out a month ago and got some gummies that supposedly done the same thing, you know, over 50 gummies and stuff. All those things did was give me acid reflux, and every time I would hiccup all day long, that's all I would taste was those disgusting ass gummies. So needless to say, I got a half a bottle of them. The rest of my medicine right now getting dumped on them. cramps will take me to the floor every now and then. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, tell me about it. Especially when it's your legs, man. When it's your thigh or your calf muscle or something. Oh my God, yeah. Straight on the floor. Not much CNT, just enjoying morning coffee and talking to y'all. You can start calling me Doc Holliday. And you know, it's really sad too, Ty, because after you left, I found that. Isn't that just the shit? You probably weren't gone 20 hours, and I found this, and it's like, huh? I'll be damned. I forgot I even had that. Oops. Had a coughing spell yesterday. So bad it took me to the floor. Literally. Well, I told you when you was here, stop telling that girl no, and she'll quit punching you in your throat. Tony, good day to you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. I am. Thank you very much. Can anyone name a movie where people are fishing and drinking beer? Um, what was that? What was that Jack Lemmon and Walter Matthau movie? Grumpy Old Men? Was that the name of it? Where Jack Lemmon um, took that bluegill and threw it up under Walter Matthau's seat in his Suburban and just let it cook, I guess is the right word. Yeah, deliverance. No, he said drinking and fishing. He didn't say drinking and molesting city folk canoeing down the river. I mean, still make the video interesting, I guess. She wasn't here. I was on a video call with Candy. She saw it happen. Ouch. Terrible, man. I'm sorry you had another one of those coughing fits. I know those things really mess you up. We're doing well considering things. Grumpy old man and grumpier old man. Yeah, there were two of them. It was the first one, though, that the bluegill got through under the seat of his Suburban and sat there for God knows how long before he finally got in there, and he couldn't stand to be in the thing because it smelled like old rotten fish. Kind of reminds me of no, never mind. We ain't going there. Wonderful news. I got called yesterday by our county's historical society vice president. They cordially invited me to come out and film and take part in our county's historic gathering, I guess, at one of the oldest houses in the county, the Newton House, just a little bit north of here on Marcellus Highway. Well, basically, it's at the intersection of Marcellus Highway and Decatur Road. They want me to come out and either do a union officer or do a wagon master, and I won't be heading up the event, but I will be a major part in it. I guess they suggested, since this house was very active, they actually added the crow's nest on top of it during the Civil War, as most houses did, for fear that the Confederate Army was going to make it this far north. Especially after Morgan and his boys made it, clear over to the north central part of Ohio. And, he got a hold of me yesterday. They're even going to come and get me. They're going to supply my food. They're going to do everything. It's only going to be like a 6 or 8 hour event, but they wanted me to be part of it, and I graciously accepted. So, new sequel like Piggy Wee Wee. I watched Deliverance a week and a half ago. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Freedom. Was thinking Deliverance 2. Wasn't sure about the fishing. Well, they're fishing for something on there, but I think it's not for me, man. I mean, it's weird, but people don't even look at the channel restarting. They still remember me from a year ago when I was in the newspaper here and stuff like that, for doing the history of Michigan and the Midwest and the country. And I found out yesterday, talking to him, that now the Log Cabin Museum is actually considering restarting my encampments over there. So, something we'll have to talk about the second Tuesday of this month at the meeting that I'll be coming to. There's a very good possibility that it is. I asked him about doing paranormal stuff at some of our historic homes and everything around the county that the Historic Society and the Cass County Historic Commission takes care of. And he said that we could present that together at the meetings and see if we could get the guys in to do investigations at some of those different locations. I've already talked to the curator of our museum, and she is interested in sitting down and talking about me, maybe me and Mark doing investigation of some of the items over here at the Log Cabin Museum. So we'll just have to wait and see. I was thinking blah, 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 blah. Sounds like an amazing opportunity. It's going to be fun. I love these people. But because of COVID, I missed out on a lot of the meetings and everything. They were actually doing like a FaceTime kind of meeting thing, and I wasn't part of the group. So I am now. Drew Tater. You know me. I will get that history on. June 3rd, 1871, Iowa Bank robbery video and bonus part of In Time will be released next week. Cool. Can't wait. Yeah, many of them, but I got a few of them. I mean, we're slowly but surely crawling out of the hole finally. My wife don't like me talking about personal stuff, but I talk to you guys about everything. Um, we're slowly but surely crawling out of the hole from 2 paychecks ago when the bank account went smash overdraft, 180 some odd dollars in overdraft fees and stuff like that because her check was $150 short. So all the teeny tiny little bills that didn't come out until after payday got pushed to the side from all the big bills that come out on payday when her check was direct deposited. So there was like 10 or 12 little bills that got pushed to the side, and not only did you have the cost of each of those bills, but it totaled up to about $183 in overdraft fees. So we've been playing catch up for 2 checks now, 4 weeks. And this check here actually caught it up, but technically we're still, now we got to play catch up with all the things we couldn't get and take care of over the last 6 weeks. So yeah, it's a fun game. I mean, it's not Scrabble or Shoots and Ladders or win, lose or draw, but I mean it's a fun game to play. Trying to write all this stuff down and organize it and figure out what was missed and what needs taken care of. But she was able to come home on the way home last night and grab me a few packs of cigars to get me by for a couple days. So I was pleased. I was very pleased. I need to get a hold of you sometime soon about some history. Rob Paul, Pay Peter. Yep, that's you don't rob Paul. Basically, what you do is you drag Paul into a dark alley and you kick the crap out of him. You take his watch and everything, his cuff links, his tie pin, even his glasses, depending upon the brand name. And then you pay Peter, and if Peter's walking away, you beat the crap out of him and take everything plus his stuff just to go pay John after that. So mug is a good term. I like mug. Beat the crap out of, though, that just kind of sounds manly. I mugged him. I beat the crap out of him. I mean, I kicked the poopy caca out of him. I like poopy caca. Poopy caca's fun. Oh, by the way, as you could tell by the title of today's live stream, the next video coming out here in a few hours is about the final year of the American Civil War, 1865. And I found some interesting stuff, but to be completely honest, a lot of the information and facts that I found are very befuddling. And for those of you that, aren't up on those, classy terms, befuddling is effed up, confusing, not quite understandable. Well, you get the hint. So, needless to say, it's going to be interesting. A lot of stuff happened in 1865. I mean, don't forget the war ended early in the year, 1865. But things happened even following the ending of the war that's really fudged up. You'll see. You'll see in the video. I've been fortunate in the past few years, but I have played the game in the past. Hope y'all have a great day. I gotta get ready. You gotta wear shades. You gotta wear shades. So go get ready. There's a pretty girl coming to pick you up and spend the day with you. Go make yourself look pretty. Catch you later. Yeah, one of the most interesting things about the last few months of the Civil War in 1865, Lee had a chance to surrender a couple months before he did. But he figured with the last few raids that he was going to pull off with his men, that, yes, that is the girl that looked a lot like a lamp. Yes. Yeah, that's Brenna. We'll see Brenna today or the next. Oh, your mom's taking you. Well, she's still a beautiful girl, too, so. Oh, Brenna's going to. Oh, that's right. That's right. Brenna just got back last week, y'all. A week ago today. From here, and today she's taken off for lost wages. Her and her friend from work, I use that term lightly, but still, we're going to call it that. You do too, you fibber. She's been a part of your life for 30 years. Oh yeah, okay. We'll call it like it is. We'll call it like it is. She is going to lost wages with a troll from work, and they're going to go out there and probably lose their shirts and have to go to work at a club. So who knows? We'll see what happens. At least if Steph and I would have been able to make it to Vegas back in January when we were planning to, well, we wouldn't have lost anything because we had nothing to lose. But what do you do? What do you do? If Brenna's smart, she'll sell the troll while she's out there. There is not enough trolls for all the bridges in Nevada. Shrek runs and hides behind Donkey from the troll. Damn. There ain't no love lost between Tyler and the troll, y'all. You know, every time you call her the troll, I get this mental picture in my head of the Jersey Shore version of South Park, where the Snook breaks into the bar and is trying to hump everything. You know, brown, big ears sticking out, raggedy clothes, all hunched over and stuff like that. Schnack, schnack, schnack. Trying to hump the guys, trying to hump the kids. Big fuzzy pink house slippers on. brown furry face, black hair going down her back and everything. Snook, Snook, Snook hump, Snook hump. I just get this mental picture of that, of a snook, whenever you call her the troll. And I don't blame Shrek for hiding behind Donkey. I'd be letting Donkey get humped while I ran for the swamp and locked myself in my cave. I had gone through a box of Pop-Tarts at the troll because she was degrading Brenna in front of customers in the middle of the store. I don't blame him. I would have thrown a box. Matter of fact, it would have been one of the value packs, the big boxes. Your luck, she would have caught it in her mouth and just ate it and then looked at you. All right, Tony, go get yourself something to eat, bud. Throw a watermelon. The way I heard this chick talking to Brenna on the phone when she was here, she probably would have caught the watermelon in her mouth, too. I don't understand why people feel it necessary to degrade other people, especially in public. I mean, if you're going to give them a yelling to or something like that, do it in the privacy of the stock room. Go out back to the loading dock. Don't do it in the middle of a business. And this chick isn't even a manager, but she's a lower manager than Brenna is. I want to know who she's blowing to keep her job, because they already prearranged the trip. They already prearranged the trip and paid for a lot of stuff when this chick started becoming a bumhole. So Brenna was kind of stuck. I mean, she was halfway debating, and I even told her when they were here that she should take Tyler to Las Vegas and leave the troll under her bridge. And she's like, well, she's paying for half everything. A lot of stuff's already been paid for. So hopefully these 4 days they're gone, they find a common ground outside of work, where they could actually, develop some kind of a friendship, even if it's, a light-sided thing. But, it's just one more of those situations where somebody uses you for what you want, then you see their true colors. This chick wanted to go to Vegas. Brenna's never been to Vegas. They decide to do it together. This chick becomes an arsehole, and now Brenna's stuck. But I hope and pray that, having fun together, going to the casinos and stuff like that, that they can at least bond somehow, where the trip is not just a total turd. I wish I had a slingshot and ball bearings. It's horrible. Bad. Yeah, a mark of a bad manager, most definitely. Well, and it's really sad, Terry, because Brenna is a higher level manager than this other chick is. And that's what I said. I wonder who she is snooking to keep her job. But then again, you also got to look at the fact too that, Brenna has got to claw and fight just to get time off work. She was not allowed to take her vacation until after the manager took his 2 weeks or whatever vacation. And then they wanted to fight her on taking the time off work. But the Las Vegas trip with this chick was approved real. All she done was took one day off last week to come here. She was already scheduled off for 3 days. No common courtesy and decency anymore. No, there's not. You are correct on that, dear. A real Bigfoot would lose his hair, climb up the tallest tree in the forest, and cry for mommy to get away from the troll. She's always degrading her because she's older and thinks she knows best. There you go. Definitely side piece if I got approved so quick. Yeah, you was telling me about that when you was here. The fact her daddy's got money and loves sharing it with her. You know, it gets pretty bad when you got to buy your children's affection. Because something tells me if he didn't give her money like that, she probably wouldn't be that close to him. Because she learned this somewhere. So I'm casting my vote for her parents just being lousy people, and they taught her how to be a butthole. You know, Mr. and Mrs. Asshat taught their kids how to be greedy, controlling, etc. Oh, and look, the troll even lives with her mom and dad still. She's over 30 years old and still living with mommy and daddy. Oh well, that's life, I guess. Exactly, Freedom. Exactly. If her mom and dad ever got pissed at her and threw her out, she probably wouldn't know what to do. Wouldn't know how to pay her own bills. Her mama probably does her laundry for her, so she would have absolutely no clue whatsoever how to run a washer and dryer. She might know how to cook. I mean, 30 plus years old, she might know how to cook. But living with mommy and daddy and the way they baby her, I highly doubt it. Oh yeah, I'll message her later. I'll wait till late this afternoon when I know that they've landed, and I'll send her a message, wish her luck. Tell her not to forget that Las Vegas is surrounded by desert, and the mafia used to run Vegas. Well, they used to run it a lot more than what they do now, and there's probably a lot of bodies out in the desert that has never been discovered. So, not to mention there's coyotes and prairie wolves and all kinds of things out there that chew on people. So, I'll remind her of that. And also remind her the name True Value Hardware Store, the best place around to buy a shovel. Old Uncle Drew, he has to look out for the kids. Tell her we send our love and prayers. I will do it. She's 39, used to be hard on drugs, not anymore. She takes mom and dad's car to work. They pay the gas. They'll be in Vegas around 10 p.m. I figured as much. I figured there was going to be a couple of layovers somewhere. There is no direct flight from uh, Iowa City out to Las Vegas. Um, so yeah, I kind of figured they'd have a couple layovers here. Razorback is the best shovel. Hey, fishing. Hope you're doing well, bud. I will tell her that. I will tell her that. Look for a shovel called a Razorback. Um, that way, if something, and I say this with pain in my heart, if something sad happens to the troll, she'll have the proper equipment to tend to her needs. Room for a lot more bodies out there. Yep. She's going to call me at every stop after they land. Tell her I know a guy through wink wink. Well, I've actually got a couple of friends out there through the live chats and stuff like that. That I met through my old friend Murad that passed away here a couple of months ago from out in Vegas. And yeah, I could definitely, but I will pass that information on, Terry. I will pass that information on that you too know a couple of people out there that clean things up. Tell her be safe, bad place for ex-addicts. Oh yeah. Definitely, definitely, anything and everything, legal or illegal, you could ever possibly want to attempt to try, you can find in Vegas. So push her over Hoover Dam. Say look out below. That's only because you don't want her to fall on anybody. The only thing is you can't stand at the top of Hoover Dam and yell down and be heard. The decibel level of the water coming through the spillway is deafening. It's like standing behind a jet when it's powering up to take off. You cannot hear when those spillways are open. She'll just disappear into the mist. Oh, goodness gracious sakes. At least she could say she tried to give a heads up. Yeah, yeah, I understand that. You're right. You're right. It's only right. But quite honestly, it's kind of like waiting until they fire the cannon to yell fire in the hole. I mean, no one's going to hear it. Everybody's going to scream. A couple people might poop on themselves. Definitely 3 or 4 are going to pee on themselves. One might fall over from a stroke. But, you did give the heads up. So, I mean. Like I said, I'll be releasing the video on the last year of the Civil War here in a few hours as soon as I get done editing. I started working on it yesterday. Like I said, I found a lot of really cool stuff. So it's taken me longer to edit, but it will be out before tonight's stream. And then on Wednesday, I will be putting out a video late morning because I have to go back over to meet with the musician that I'm working with right now, recording all of his music for copyright. I'm working right now to try to get his okay in writing That way, when his music is picked up and copywritten, I still have a contract with him in writing, um, where I can have access to his music, not just the songs he's writing for us specifically, but his music and his music videos in general that I do um, for him. Getting my hair did this evening so I can make a presentable appearance when we come up. I can't wait. We are down to 17 days. As long as plans go as they are, as you guys are planning, being here on the 18th, we got 17 days. Hairdo for Drew. Are you kidding? Hey, I still got hair, and I'm letting it grow. So I could stand a little. I could stand a little. Do the do. Freedom, beauty, they look presentable. I think every one of you are beautiful. That's just my feeling. Beauty's in the eye of the beholder. You should never doubt yourself. You know, it's like I always tell my wife, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and I be the one holding you. So listen to me when I tell you that you're beautiful. Okay, 18th, yep, 17 days. Whoop, whoop. Good morning, Terry. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well this morning. Hope you got clear weather out east, because it sure isn't looking pretty here. It's all overcast and cloudy and everything is set. Ashley will be here to take care of critters. Supposed to be 4.5 hour drive. Think I'll drive to make sure. That's actually not too awful bad. Like I said, it's about a 3-hour drive to Indianapolis from here. It's an hour and a half from here to Fort Wayne, Indiana. The Ohio line is less than a half hour to the east of Fort Wayne. It's actually like 15 or 20 minutes. And then just due south. So unless you come up through Indianapolis, then I think you guys would pick up 70 to like 69, and 69 straight north, past Marion, Hartford City, Fort Wayne, LaFountain, Fremont, and then into Michigan, and then it's just a wiggle to the west a little bit. As long as you don't gnaw your arm off. I like that. Beauty is only a light switch away. I need to use that. I need to use that line sometime, somewhere. I like that. Telling you with me, the light switch is a mile away. Indianapolis is almost a 2-hour drive from us. Whatever way is the shortest is the way we'll come. Yep, because I don't want to see you guys, on the road for, 6.5 hours just to come up here and be exhausted. Man, y'all, I didn't realize until yesterday just how quickly this year is flying by. I mean, here we are, the first day of August. In about 4 weeks, the leaves will start turning colors. Here in about 4 weeks, the leaves will start turning colors. Here in 7 weeks, we're going to start having very brisk mornings and lower temperatures throughout the day. Here in about 14 weeks, people are going to start putting up their Christmas lights. And here in about 18 weeks, the old ho-ho is going to start dropping down chimneys. So, and well, in 19 and a half weeks, we'll be celebrating 2023. I won't be exhausted. Adrenaline will kick in. I'll be ready to go. Just don't push yourself, girl. You or Jay, neither one. I want you guys to have a good time. And, well, needless to say, you want to come back. Can't believe we're in August already. Yeah. I'm not ready for the cold again. Does it get cold out there where you're at, Freedom? I mean, cold? I see that my neighbor has a big old elm tree on his house. Ooh, not good. Black bear Christmas tree coming. Wow. Love Christmas, just not the cold. Oh, Pennsylvania, yeah, it does get cold there, that's for sure. I don't know why, for some reason, I keep thinking you're on the West Coast somewhere, Freedom. I don't know why. That is the one thing that I enjoy most about the fall. About, Halloween through Christmas is cooking. I enjoy making dinners for the family, inviting friends over that live close by, and just sitting down and laughing together and eating. Since Jay drives for a living, I do all the driving so he can enjoy. That's a good way of doing it. Yep, it's your neighbor's place. But maybe if you're lucky, he'll stack all that firewood that they cut when they get that tree off his house out in his front yard. And, well, that's more free firewood for you for the homestead. West Coast isn't free. The kids will be here for Thanksgiving and will come for the weekend sometime after Christmas to exchange gifts. We get we get places quicker too, and I usually my kids and us, most everyone else does their own plans. Well, and I got my buddy Mike that I've been doing reenactments with for a few years. He just lives like a block away. Well, down to the next corner and hang a right. Um, him and his wife normally come over for the holidays, usually Thanksgiving and Christmas. Of course, you guys know I always dress up while my daughter is still young enough to go out trick or treat and stuff like that. I always dress up and walk around with her. Um, got a few ideas for this year's costume. You guys know I've done, um, God, what have I done? I've done Hellboy. I've done Ghost Rider. What all have I done? I done the werewolf last year. I've done all kinds of stuff with her. It isn't feasible to haul firewood from here to there. That's true. It's a shame you don't have a friend with a dump truck willing just to load it up with wood, take it down there and dump it so you can stack it somewhere. Sorry, it's the NASCAR driver in me. Not much in the way of right turns. Freedom, we have our daughter and son-in-law every other Christmas. They take turns with his parents. Yeah, there's not going to be a lot of right turns coming up here from down there where they live at. There might be a couple, but uh, you know, pretty much going to be a lot of straight shots and westerly angles. So yeah, there ain't going to be a lot of right-hand turns. And see, that's how it is here, Freedom. Um, if Steph has to work, I'll do the majority of the cooking. If she's off, Jen, gotcha. That's the way it is here, Jen. If Steph has to work, I do the majority of the cooking. She comes home and makes those few specialty things that everybody loves when, or loves her to make. But like, I'll cook the bird or I'll cook the ham or whatever the case may be. I'll do the green bean casserole. I'll do the candied yams. I'll do the tossed salad. I'll do the deviled eggs. I'll do the dessert. And then she'll come home and do like her baked beans because everybody loves her baked beans. Maybe her spinach dip or something with her little dried bread things that she does. And then everybody rolls in usually about 2.5 or 3 hours after she gets home. That's why I get up at the butt crack of dawn and start cooking. A lot of things I just prepare the day before, stick them in the fridge, and that way all I gotta do is turn on the oven, slide them in, start working for other things. So. Oh yeah, there's a lot of straightaways. A lot of straightaways. You'll be all right. You'll love it. Love cooking holiday meals, done it every year since my father passed after spending Thanksgiving at Denny's. I, I could get into a Denny's Thanksgiving meal. But that's just me. My kids all insist that I do the turkey and ham. My Steph's family has always done the turkey and stuff the same way. And I introduced them to, see, when I do my turkey, I make a pound, I hand make a pound of honey butter. And, um, I cut up my green onions and stuff like that. And I make my own glaze and stuff the uh, for the turkey, and the ham I sugar glaze them. So I try to bring a little bit of that southern influence up here. Up here in Yankee Land, where you cannot go to any restaurant whatsoever and find a chicken fried steak, but you can find country fried steak in every restaurant. So here I make chicken fried steak. My turkey never makes it to carving plate, falls apart. I've not had that problem. I've not had that problem. Um, if you pull the skin away from like the neck and the opening at the bottom and stuff, and you learn to you stuff your butter or whatever in underneath the skin, but you keep the skin intact as long as it don't get too dry. And my wife hates it when I do this. I'm constantly opening the oven up and basting the birds so the skin don't get dried out. But like every half hour, 40 minutes, I take two large wooden flat utensils and stick them in the two holes. Well, I put the handle in the neck hole, I put the spoon or whatever in the big hole at the bottom. And what I do is I have somebody right there with the platter. So all I do is pick it up, they take the platter and push the pan out of the way and slide the platter underneath, and I just set it right back down onto the platter. So I've never had a problem with my turkey falling apart doing it that way. The transferring from pan to platter is a two-person job. Everything else when it comes to making the food is me and me alone. Too many cooks spoil the broth, blah, blah, blah. Let me see here. It wasn't the food. No one invited us. A Big Red will be flying to Michigan, never drive the truck races, so we'll see what happens. Will not divulge how I cook those two meats. Need to learn Drew husband loves. Every time, pick, transfer legs, pull off. Oh, before I transfer it, and that's something else. Before I transfer it, I will take a rubber band or something, and I'll put them around the knee joints, where the bone's exposed on them. That holds them in tight against the body. Not a tight rubber band, because you don't want them to pull loose on the hip joint and rip. Just get one of those big rubber bands and put it on there just to hold them steady. And when you pick it up, you don't lose them that way. They don't start breaking off and fall off. More like shredded turkey. No. We do too. I love grilling my turkey better than in the oven. I have never grilled a turkey. I always wanted to deep fry a turkey once too. Never got the chance to do that. But I've always wanted to deep fry a turkey. However, I kind of have this image growing up in a country home that always cooks in the oven on the holidays. I have this mental picture of dropping a turkey in 4 gallons of oil. I mean, I understand that the skin is crispy and stuff like that, but it just seems like it'd be oily. And besides that, I would rather my turkey taste like honey butter, but that's just me. I prefer to cook ham over an open fire. Can't can't fault you for that. Cannot fault you for that. Oh man, I love my grill too. More traditional. Yep. Now, and also, our fire pit is out in the front yard, kitchen's at the back of the house. So, um, one of my projects after Grandma passes away is enlarging the deck, and I'm actually going to. God, I hate saying this because I'm going to pay the price for it, but I'm going to do one last custom built stone grill. That's what I used to do for a living. I loved it. Um, but I'll do one last large stone wood grill out here on the new deck when we rebuild it, when we remodel the place. And I might try doing the hams and stuff that way. Hubby wants to try deep fried. I make turkey ham with glaze. Kids love it, say it tastes like ham. Grandma used to eat turkey ham all the time. I loved it when I was little. So I won't find grits in Michigan. You know, you will find them in Michigan. But the best place to find them is Cracker Barrel down in Elkhart. We do have a Cracker Barrel in Elkhart, Indiana. It's only about a half hour, if that, from my place. And when I really start missing down home, and we have the extra money, that's where we go. Every time Mom and Dad comes up here from Tennessee, we go to Cracker Barrel at least once. So, in memory of my uncle, I always get chicken and dumplings with 2 sides of chicken and dumplings. Nobody in the family except me makes them anymore, since my grandma passed away, and I love my chicken and dumplings. I don't know, Jam. I don't know. I've never looked for a Cracker Barrel in Kalamazoo or any place else. Since Kalamazoo is almost an hour north of us and Elkhart is, 20 minutes south of us, we always go to Elkhart when we go to Cracker Barrel. So I have no clue. Unless you go to the store, best ham I ever tasted was cooked over a hole in the ground. I love cooking ham on an open fire. I do love it when I'm camping. I've cooked a turkey, I've cooked chickens, I've cooked ham, I've cooked roasts, most definitely. I've heard buried meat cook is really good. We love Cracker Barrel. Ooh, Cracker Barrel, Waffle House. See, down in Tennessee, we got a place called Huddle House. And That is just a much smaller version of Cracker Barrel. You talk about some good hand-cooked food. That's Huddle House. And my mom and dad will travel 40 miles to go to a Huddle House. You go all the way down our mountain, down into Pikeville, Tennessee, drive completely through Pikeville, up Dayton Mountain, and around it, and you're in Dayton, Tennessee. And that's where Huddle House is. And, oh my God. You talk about some good Southern home-cooked food. Actually, Tony, Huddle House has been around longer than Waffle House has. Best cheeseburger ever came from Waffle House. Which, makes sense. Hash browns are my niche. Love me some hash browns. We don't have any Waffle Houses here. They closed them. Huddle House is awesome. Waffle better. I'm like that with waffle. Drive out of the way to get it. They replaced Waffle House with IHOP. The International House of Hamburgers. Oh my God, I'm in the capital of Waffle House. Now, don't get me wrong, y'all. I love Waffle House. I love Waffle House with a passion. That's where I learned to make my fancy smancy waffles and stuff. Because we got one of those great big Belgian waffle makers. And, I mix my batter up, put them in there, make a stack of waffles. I'll cover them with jam or fresh fruit, whipped cream, and everything, just like they do at Waffle House. But around here, once again, I taught my family the finer points of chicken and waffles. So every once in a great blue moon, when the wife is off work and stuff like that, I will take some leftover fried chicken from the night before, something like that, and I will make my wife chicken and waffles. All right, Tony. Man, it is almost 9:30 already, which is probably good because I got a lot of work left to do on that video, but we're already here. Let's keep it rolling. Of course, guys, don't forget, for those of you that do live in the Indiana, northeastern Illinois, northwestern Ohio, or Michigan area, August 20th in Paw Paw, Michigan at the Paw Paw Playhouse is going to be Ghost-orama. Of course, we are one of the sponsors for that, right along with Frankenfest, Haunted Halloween. It is going to be a hell of a show. We have got stuff for grown-ups. We've got stuff for kids. We have got a tour of the Paw Paw Playhouse scheduled during the day, and then after the event closes, we have got a ghost hunt scheduled in the Paw Paw Playhouse. Of course, the Paw Paw Playhouse is formerly a 100-plus-year-old church. Folks bought it, decided they were going to make a playhouse out of it. There's a lot of old stories about that place and the surrounding grounds. We're going to have car shows. We are going to have the Mach 5. We are going to have the Mystery Machine. I think we're going to have the Batmobile. We're going to have a whole lot of ectos, because not only do we have the Kalamazoo Ghostbusters, but we got the Great Lakes Ghostbuster Coalition. They're going to be coming in and joining us. Of course, we are going to have all kinds of spooky vendors. Uh, might even have some folks. Might even have some folks selling some stuff for ghost hunting. Spooky, eerie home decor, clothes. We're going to have bands. It's going to be a good get-together. Sounds fun. Hope y'all have a blast. Wish you could make it out. Wish you could make it out, Jen. It is going to be a great show. Next year, we're planning on doing more than one. Danny is currently in the talks with multiple locations to do multiple ghostoramas throughout the year. So we'll see what happens. I got hooked for the trivia and history. My hubby is paranormal. I don't like playing, but interesting to learn. And that's why I do it. Even if people don't know a lot about trivia, it's fun to sit by and just watch, because you always remember stuff. You always retain things when you watch. And tonight we'll be doing some more trivia. Tonight's going to be Civil War trivia. I hope there are vendors. I'm looking for a recorder. I'm sure there'll be some around. And if not, I know a few cool places to find them. So we'll get you a voice recorder. Road, Jay better be on his mark tonight. Yep. Better have a cold, frosty one waiting for him when he walks in the door. Get his little slippers on, kick back at his computer, and be ready. Because tonight is going to be fun. Civil War trivia always is fun, though, when we do it on here. Not only because, well, it's Civil War trivia, but because we have a large group of bungholes in here that love to goof around when we do trivia. And that not only makes it educational, but makes it really, really entertaining. That's why I love this group so much. They love to goof around while they're being serious. And that makes everything so much more fun. Do you know about Lee's resolution? I have touched on Lee's resolution, but I've not really looked into it. Don't know when I'll be on tonight. My appointment is at 6:30. You scheduled your hair appointment knowing it was going to interfere with the beginning of the live stream. That is almost sacrilegious. I know I don't have my collar on, so I can't talk about sacrilegious, but still. We love to have a party during your lives. Pre-Constitution. Yeah, gotta look pretty for the show. Was the only appointment she had. You're fine. God, screwing with you. I don't care. It's like I always say, at no point in time when joining this channel has anybody ever signed a contract that they are going to be at every single live stream, watch every single video from beginning to end. It's a free country. Y'all don't have to be here. Y'all come and go as you please. Wouldn't pick if we didn't love. Exactly. Exactly. Best one out there. So much family to love. Exactly. Exactly. That's exactly how I feel about it too. And that's why it means so much to me. And all the times that I have come up against a wall and thought about walking away. Yeah, it's a great family group. At no point in time have I ever referred to you guys as subscribers and myself to a content creator. This is a family. We all revel in each other's successes. We all feel for each other's failures, their shortcomings, their hardcomings. It's what makes us so unique. I hate to miss, including the host. Well, sometimes the host. And there are other times that the host is, a dingle dork and, y'all just come on here to laugh at it. So it's what I do for family. Put my youngest on. You never get a word in. Hey, I like dealing with I like dealing with kids. Their inquisitive minds, their questions. That's one of the reasons I've enjoyed reenacting for 30 years, is getting to deal. I love doing reenactments during the school season because we have education days where the schools bring out busloads of kids and we spend all day Friday from 9 o'clock in the morning till 2 o'clock in the afternoon answering questions from little kids. And sometimes the questions from the little kids are more intelligent than the questions from the adults, the teachers. It just blows me away that you have little teeny tiny kindergarten, first grade, second grade, all the way up to like high school. And sometimes their questions are more intelligent than the questions asked by the adults that are educating them. I don't get it. We need, do we get to spend all day Friday the 19th together? If you want to. If you want to. I have got no problem with that. I mean, I don't expect you guys to come all the way up here on the 18th, check into your hotel, and then sit there twiddling your thumbs all day Friday. Nope. Not when I'm going to be sitting around with my thumb up my butt wondering what to do and anxious for Saturday. Nope. No reason for it. Adults think they know history. And you know, in a lot of cases, depending on the school system, the educators do know a lot about history because some of them went to school, 35 years ago, like I did, or my sons that were in school just a decade later than I was. A lot of them do know good history. But after my sons got out of school, say 15 years ago, school started becoming, the education system started really lacking. And they started trying to cram as much history into a year as they could. I told you guys, my daughter started doing history this year in school, in the 8th grade. She's going to be a freshman next month. In the 8th grade, they crammed the entire 4 years of the Civil War into a week. They crammed the entire American Revolution into a week. They crammed the War of 1812 into a week. They didn't even touch on the French and Indian War. So streams further far away. There'll be some streaming. Don't you worry about that. We're coming up to see you, so I want to make sure we get to spend a lot of time with you. I will be available. Mr. Amish, Africa, our history's always been terribly incomplete. Terribly incomplete is an understatement. Hey, Caucasian, good to see you, bud. How do you know a Frenchman has been in your house? I don't know. How do you know a Frenchman has been in your house? I'm going to hurry up and get this drink of coffee down before he gives the answer, because I don't want to spit all over everything. I looked before I swallowed. Someone's eating all your garbage and your dog is pregnant. The views expressed during this live stream are not the views of Living History Mysteries. We have a lot of friends in the French countryside and throughout the country of France, and would like them to know that the views expressed are not those of the Creator. Really? Hey, Sarah. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well today. Not PC, it's okay. The French run from conflict. Actually, I've been quite amazed at how many French are now starting to break the law to go down into the catacombs and study the history down there. I have seen a lot of shows over the last 6 months or a year of I can't remember what they're called now. Um, Catabates or something like that, that go down into the catacombs, and they have these hidden entrances, and they'll get down in there and they'll walk around. They will throw parties down there. They will visit ancestors' graves. They will do all kinds of stuff. So, yeah, the catacombs, it might be the death of us. Exactly. That's the one thing that always really worried me about going down the catacombs is, there are bodies down there that went through the bubonic plague. And according to stories, whether or not they've ever proven this by science or not, even after you die, the bacteria still exists on your bones and stuff. So, people want the truth unedited. Yep, and that's what they get here. I don't believe, I believe in no fluff, no filler, no BS look at history. If it's dirty, grimy, slimy, war-torn, bloody, whatever, that's the way I like to tell it. I don't like to buttercup anything up. Catacomb. Well, this part of the song is good. Thanks. Plague is still with us, make no mistake. Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. It is still out there. It's just not, well, it's just not made a surface in a few hundred years. Yeah, there were recent cases in the mid 2000s. Luckily, it was controlled very quickly. Buckle up, Buttercup. Sorry, had another South Park moment right there with Caitlyn Jenner. Buckle up, Buttercup. Or, buckle up, Buckaroo. There's several cases of that a year in California. Yeah, but that's another one of those things that, media and stuff don't talk about. They don't want people to know that the bubonic plague is still there. You have still got rats. You have still got fleas on those rats. And those fleas all carry, well, maybe not all of them, but a good percentage of them still carry the plague. They do a very good job trying to keep that covered up because they don't want people knowing that the bubonic plague is still out there. I'll have to wear my strap-in shirt when we come up. I thought you said strap on. And here we go. We were on the main road making good time, and all of a sudden Tony grabbed the wheel, jerked it to the left, and now we are out in the middle of BFE somewhere in the desert, dodging rattlesnakes and Gila monsters, and off the main road. Drew has lost control again. Yeah, like Drew ever had control. We all know that's a pile of flotsam. Yep, makes for a fun ride. Who wants to drive down a smooth old highway when you can be out there bumping over sand dunes? I never go left. I'm sorry. I'm looking at it from a camera angle, so the rights look like lefts. I apologize. Last pack. Make them last. Make them last. Not a NASCAR fan. There we are on the NASCAR game. Again. Race City, USA, lived for a time. I don't watch NASCAR since they came out with the Car of Tomorrow. That driving a few hours in a circle is boring. I never found it that boring. But I grew up in a NASCAR household, and right just a few miles south of me is New Paris Raceway, where David Strummy got his start. Tony Stewart's raced there before. Jeff Gordon's raced there before. Tony Stewart bought when I can't remember the name of it now. There was a company in Anderson, Indiana, that Delco Remy. They went out of business several years ago and tore down one of their warehouses right out across from the Anderson Raceway in Anderson, Indiana. And Tony Stewart came in and bought the land. He wanted to put in a raceway, but the land has to sit vacant for 15 years to let the chemicals in the ground settle from the component manufacturing side of the automobile industry. And it's been about 15 years. So, but Tony Stewart coming in and bought that big chunk of land to put in a professional racetrack. So, Indiana would have two. The Indianapolis Raceway and the Anderson Raceway. Never watched, but everyone talked about it there and waited on Earnhardt Jr. Wants no clue who he was. Not when you're dodging idiots, kind of like driving the roads with the idiots. I'd rather watch hours of Baja 1000. I love Baja racing too. I love Baja racing. It's incredible. Formula One as well. Dale Jr. is a great guy. I'm subbed to his podcast. I am too. I love it when he comes on, which he's got a beautiful piece of property down there in North Carolina. He actually has a western town built on his property. And that's one man right there, because my dad, when I was 12 years old, my dad took me to Michigan Speedway, and I got to see Dale Earnhardt race for the first time, and he won that race, and I was a fan until the day he died. And when his son started racing and his daughter started racing, I became fans of both of them. And I'm still a Dale Earnhardt Jr. fan. I'm just an Earnhardt fan in general. No, I have never seen his race car graveyard. As a matter of fact, and well, you know, very few people know this, and I'll never show it on here because of its location, but right on my thigh, one of the very first tattoos I ever got was Dale Earnhardt Jr.'s number 8. His car, tattooed on my leg with "The Legend Lives On" underneath it. I got that put on there 2 months after Senior died. And it's not a very good tattoo because I put it on there myself, upside down. Go figure. But that was actually one of my very first tattoos, was his number 8 car with "The Legend Lives On" written underneath it in cursive. I'd like to get it redone. Because the red has faded over the years. It is now a pink number 8. But it's cute. I'll send you, I was a fan of Richard Petty in the early 70s. I know I've told you guys the story of my dad bumping into Richard Petty down at Indianapolis. My dad working for Ford Motor Company, being a service manager for all those years, he got, you know, pit passes and garage passes and stuff like that during the time trials and stuff. And him and my mom were down there one time, and Dad's walking through the crowd, and he's meeting all these drivers and crew chiefs and stuff like that. And my mom just froze and her mouth fell open, and Dad said, "What?" And he turned around, and the bill of my dad's trucker cap was touching the bill of Richard's cowboy hat. And Richard got his sunglasses on and this big cheesy grin on his face, and my dad turned around and they were looking eye to eye with each other. And my dad's like, up, 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 up. And my mom says, "Can we get a picture with you?" And he said, "Why, certainly." And there's a picture of my dad and Richard Petty with their arms around each other, standing right there at the garages at Indianapolis. So my dad couldn't even say anything. He's bah, 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 bah. Drove cars opposed to a pile of welded pipe. Shows you a link to his TV show. He goes to all the retired raceways. Sounds painful, but good memories. I thought Senior was 3. Yeah, Senior was 3, Junior was 8, and then Junior later on became 88. They weren't stock anymore. It's not as fun. Yeah, Senior was 3, Junior was 8, later 88. Oh yeah, great memories. Great memories. I'm hoping next weekend when we're down there visiting my son and my sister and everything for my grandson's birthday, if I can remember, which I didn't last year, I will grab the box of photo albums and stuff that's been saved for me, and go through and see if I can find some incriminating pictures of myself as a small child, And, yep, you know, stuff y'all can use against me in the future if you find it necessary. Be ready to do a whole bunch of screenshots, is all I can say. You know, pictures of like me at 8 months old wearing my Vince Neil wig that was as big as I was and like came out to here. And, oh, you too, Tony. You have yourself a great day and take care, and we'll see you tonight if you're not too busy. Pictures of me on horseback when I was real little. I'm here, 2 years old, riding a horse, bareback, by myself. Maybe even pictures of me driving the old 67 Ford Fairlane in the parades and everything, being all cool, jamming to ZZ Top. Who knows? I don't even remember what's in these photo albums. I know there's like 7 or 8 photo albums, and my mom was a picture-taking fool. So, God only knows. Hell, who knows? I might get the pictures together and make a compilation video of my young life or something. I don't have any of those, only all dolled up at the horse show. I bet those were nice. I bet those were nice. We had one pony for every family member on the Ponderosa. And Hoss was always my favorite. Hoss was the one that bucked me off at 2 years old. And I hit the ground pretty hard. And I got right back up and got right back up on his back and rode him all over the area that we had horses in. Sadly, they got way too expensive for Mom and Dad, and we had to get rid of them when I was about 12. And Hoss was the last one that we ever saw living. And I think I might have been 14 when we saw Hoss last time. Lee, good to see you, sir. Hope you're doing well today. Better late than never. You got it. Tonight we're going to be doing Civil War trivia. Better be here. You better be here. Yep, it is about that time. Had a nice, relaxing birthday. I didn't even get a notification for your birthday. It'll be 7 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, sir. Yeah, I didn't even get a notification for your birthday, Bubba. That's why I didn't say happy birthday or nothing. So, happy belated birthday. When was your birthday? Oh, 7. So it was yesterday, or day before yesterday. Nope, had no clue, but I do now, and it's going in my calendar when we end here. My birthday is in 11 days. You hear that, guys? All you single fellers out there, Sarah's going to be 25 again in 11 days. She's looking for a man that don't know the meaning of the word no and can cook like an angel and loves kids. I was day drinking with the Yankee yesterday on the 31st, sir. I was not day drinking with the Yankee on the 30th. That's the first time I've day drinked in God knows how long. And it was fun. Great way to start your day. Pop your first beer open at 8:30 in the morning, only because it's 5:30 in the afternoon for your best friend that just got off work. So sometimes you just gotta, you know, maneuver your hours around to make yourself feel comfortable about your actions. Uh, 37, I'll try to remember that. Seems to be a discrepancy. I saw a snap from him 9 a.m., 9 beers in. Yesterday we both only had 6, so I don't know. What day that was. But yeah, yesterday we just split a 12-pack right down the center. Do you remember the guy Mark who used to stop in? I wonder how he is. Hopefully okay. I think he was a firefighter or something. He joked about rhinestones. Oh yeah, I remember him. I remember him. He just up and vanished one day. He used to be down in the St. Louis area and just up and vanished one day. He was going back and forth to California fighting the fires out there. And his name was not Mark, though. I can tell you that. God, what was his name? I can't remember his name either. It's been a year and a half since I've seen him last. Rusty actually looked for him for a long time and couldn't, with Rusty being a former firefighter and stuff. But he couldn't find any information on him at all. Have a wonderful day, everyone. Hope to see you tonight. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Yes, it is. Nah, I don't think it was Johnny. I don't know. I'll have to think about that. Yep. Oh, actually, he was going to get me a rhinestone cowboy outfit, pink leather with rhinestones on it. And I told him, by God, if you get that thing made for me and you send it to me, I will wear it. I will wear it during live streams. I'll even wear it in a parade that we do up here on Memorial Day. But hey, Mayhem, just getting ready to walk out the door, but it's still good to see you. Hope you had a good weekend. Hope you are planning on having a good day today. But it is after that time, guys, and I still got work to do on that video for today before I can release it. I want to have it out by noon. So I'm tiptoeing out the door. Don't forget, Civil War trivia tonight, 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We'll test Lee's knowledge. But until then, y'all take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. God bless you. God love you, I do. We'll catch y'all later.